Hi, welcome back to the Friendly Fox. Today we're going to make some festive placemats. So I was experimenting with a couple of different fabrics and I've decided to go with this and this. So if you're having a more formal event, this has a gold thread in it. I don't know if you can see that on the camera, but it has a reflective sort of gold thread through it. And if you were having a more formal event, you could flip it to that side. If you were having a more casual event, you can flip it to that side. These are very, very simple to make. If you are a beginner sewer, listen up. On a previous video, we made these trees, and my plan is to make the dining table sort of a cohesive setting with both going on. So if you haven't seen the trees, go back and look at a different video, probably the one previous to this one will have the trees on it. This is a very, very easy pattern. If you are a beginner sewer, this is where you need to start. So let's get sewing. The green one is just a little bit bigger. And so because this is such an easy pattern to make, I've already washed these fabrics and dried them, by the way, because with a tablecloth or with a runner, with placemats, with napkins, you want pre-washed fabric because you're going to get some shrinkage, and it doesn't matter with the trees because you're not going to wash those, but so you're not concerned about shrinkage. But when you're making this kind of thing that you're going to be laundering, you want to pre-wash and dry your fabric. So this has been pre-washed and dried. When you wash and dry your fabric, you want to press it before you start doing anything because you want it nice and even before you start. These fabrics, although they both claim to be 45-inch wide, they're not, because these are different sizes. I just lay them on top of each other. I'm going to use this pattern on my ironing board, this right here, as my straight edge. And from there, I'm going to measure 15.5 inches. You can cut that. And from this straight edge here, I'm going to cut for my pattern piece right there. And I'm going to use the lines that are already on this fabric as my lines for working with. This is going to make 2 placemats. And so, with right sides together, let's go sew. Okay, we're going to start with a 5/8 seam allowance. We're going to skip a bit here so that we can turn it. We're going to cut the corners. And we've cut these 4 corners. Now we're going to turn the fabric. So in that opening that we left, push the corners out as much as you can. That's a safety feature on my iron. If it's not moved for like 5 minutes, it shuts off by itself. Great invention. Okay, all 4 corners are pushed out. Flip it inside out. And there you go, Bob's your uncle. And then just to make the corners nice and crisp, use my pin. Pull them really tight. Now we're going to press this down because we are going to top stitch. So I want a nice tight edge here. Licking your fingers is sometimes important for ironing. That opening right there is the part where I left it unstitched so I could turn it inside out. We want to have a nice clean press on this because now we're going to top stitch. And if the press isn't well done, it'll buckle as you're trying to top stitch. Okay, so now it's ready to do the top stitch. I'm doing a 1/4 inch seam on here so that the stitching really does show. If you wanted, you could do a different color thread on the bottom. So that's what it's going to look like when it's finished. But if you wanted to do a different colored thread on the bottom in the bobbin to be more pronounced, you could do that. I just wanted mine plain. I always tie a reef knot here. That's it. That's as long as it takes. It's about a 10-minute project. Now, if you're going to make 8 or 10 or 12 of these as a whole set, you probably need to plan for a couple of hours. But they're really quick and simple to make. For your own personal use, make whatever you need for your own family, but it makes a great hostess gift or even a little Christmas present. You can take them in individually or take a bundle of them that you're going to make for, you know, your family members. Roll them up, tie it with a bit of Christmas ribbon, cut it tie it up with some Christmas ribbon. It's a lovely gift to give somebody as a hostess gift. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next time.